Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. I hope you are all well. It is Wednesday today. Oh, and it's very blurry. If you could just do us a quick favour and subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and like the video if you do enjoy it. It's tea time. I'm back from the gym. Had time to have a shower before tea tonight because of how long tea took. We are having pie and mash. I'm having beans. Katie isn't? No. Do you normally have beans or not? I mean, that is just what I need, to be fair, because I am starving. We're also going to add the ketchup. That there is what you're meant to do with pie. That there but yeah, anyways, I'm going to tuck into this. Compliments to the chef. Compliments to the chef over there. She's done a beautiful job with her. What is it on your head?
What?
What is that thing on your head called?
It's called a hair turban.
A hair turban. I was going to say a turban, but with the way the world is these days,
it is actually called that.
You know, you just never know. But anyways, gonna tuck into tea. I might not pick you up again today. I think that's the beauty of the double day vlogs. Obviously I know tomorrow we're doing the food shop, so that'll be something to show you. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the last video. If you haven't checked that out, make sure to check that out before after this video, not before this video, because you'll forget about this one. But yeah, I'm gonna tuck into tea and I'll catch you in a second. Hey everyone, it is Thursday. Exciting news coming up. Exciting day. Well, exciting day. The day's pretty much over, but exciting news. But first, food shop day. We spent, probably the most we've spent in a while, £56, which you'll probably say, oh, it's £6 over your budget, blah blah blah. But when you compare it to last week, if I can, I'll go back and get a screenshot, put it on the screen now, because I forgot to take a photo, and it was 36 or something. If not, I'll put the correct price on the screen as well now. But yeah, I mean, I'll obviously take you through it, but we have a lot, and like, I think even when I go through it, you'll be like, wow, like, as you can see, probably why it's £20. This week we did want a few more snacks, because I am finding that, like, we get snacks for work, but we don't have like snacks for in the house, so it's always, I always get a little bit hungry. Sometimes it's sweet stuff, sometimes it is savoury, and it's a bit like, well, I don't want to get cravings for like a takeaway and stuff, because we are trying to obviously cut back on them and stuff like that. So I'll take you through what we got. So we got some strawberry pencils, some Fibre One bars that we've just, oh, the birthday cake ones as well. Got a couple of Monster Energies, £1.50 a can in, by the way, so if they're in your Aldi, £1.50 a can, a bit of a steal to be fair, that. Some milk, there was a spillage in the milk bit, so Katie didn't actually get any milk. Bread, we've got yogurt, 6 yogurts, butter and chopped Toms. Then I got these 30% cookies. I've had one in the car. Biggest mistake ever. First time I've ate in my car, crumbs all over. Katie's in the background there. I did tell you, shut up. Sometimes it's about you only living once. So, chocolate orange pillow cereal, wowzer. Goat cereal, shreddies, I think that was only £1.50 as well. Cinnamon chips. We've got like cheeseburger cheese slices, grated cheese, then some honey roasted peanuts, which I like. I do get them quite regularly, but these were the two things that I picked up for like savoury snacks. Sweet potato pakora is really nice, and then the Mediterranean style falafels, which I really like as well. So yeah, I thought I would just pick them up to snack on. Then in terms of the snacks, biscuits, because we literally have none left. We've got the carrot, like, I think they're meant to be like the Biscoff ones, and then dark chocolate digestives. Got some crackers there, got some things for the toilet, some iced rings, mini packets, some posh pasta because they had none of the cheap stuff in, burgers, tomato puree, rice cakes, another thing, sandwich fillers there, some ham and pepperoni, some pasta stirrings, toilet rolls, mascarpone, yeah, naans, veg, chips and cod. So, and then some bin bags, and then we've got the pizzas which are in the oven. Katie's looks unreal. I will show you where. Sorry. Oh, there. So I went with a sun-dried cherry tomato and buffalo mozzarella. Katie went with that, and honestly, it looks unreal. Just a meat feast. But she's putting some washing away there. But yeah, absolutely unreal. I drove today as well. I drove last week. Like I'm going on as if it's still like a new thing. Like I am still getting used to the bike, which is weird. Like I thought I would have been used to it by now, but not the end of the world. And because it's that cold today, it was the first time that I really used the heated steering wheel for like more than 2 minutes, and the heated seat, and wow, unreal. Even Katie was like, oh, see, I need that feature. It was a steering wheel that you liked more than anything, wasn't it? The seats were good. Like I went out like 2 minutes before Katie was ready, just to like get the car warm and stuff, and oh, it was unreal. Like we got like, it's about,
the seats are nice, but for me, I wear gloves in my car when it's
too cold.
Steering wheel, so that would be my favourite.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was unreal. Obviously, hopefully, I don't need to use that too much more. It has been snowing up here, guys. If you want from the northeast of England, it has sort of melted a bit now, but there is still some just on the grass outside there, just melting away. But yeah, it has been snowing. It has been bin day. I've just seen the bin there. I need to put that away tonight. But yeah, I will leave you because I'm going to go and put the food shop away, probably have tea, and then I'll pick you back up, because what do you know, you ask for 1 quote, you get 2 back. So yeah, as you can probably tell now after that, we have got 2 quotes back. But like I say, I'll pick you back up to talk about that in a minute, and I'll catch you in a second. I mean, that was so weird, but yeah, I'll catch you in a second. Right, everyone, so as I said earlier in the video, I am going to go through and discuss the garden quote. So like I said before, obviously we had got to a point where the original guys that we had went with, that came out first originally, they hadn't got back to us. I do just want to say now that it hasn't been their fault. So yeah, it has sort of been a bit of a mix-up in communication between Katie's dad, and then the builders. They basically had Katie's old number, so yeah, they were trying to get in touch with a number that was no longer in use, or if it is, obviously wasn't, probably more than likely someone called Katie wanting a garden done. So yeah, so it wasn't their fault. I do still think it's a bit strange because Katie rang last Friday and it took them nearly a week to get back, but like I say, I'm not too fussed now. And then we had the guys that came out on, God, I'm so mumbled up with my days this week. Monday night that they came out, and they got back to us on Wednesday night with a quote, which was just ridiculous. Because considering that they were doing another quote for a couple on the estate as well on the same night, it was just to get a quote back. I think it was like 8:20. We were just sat and we heard the letterbox go, and that was the quote. They quoted us £8,150. Now that is for the full garden, everything, which is expensive, but I am aware that we have got quite a big garden. So obviously that's sort of, we started discussing what we were going to do, because at the time when we got that quote through, we were very much like, well, this is the only quote that we've actually got. So obviously I worked out for where I thought it was doable by, like just off the top of my head, it was the next day at work on my breaks and stuff, and it was sort of September time, and I was a bit like, right, like let's go with September at first, because then after September, that'll be when all the bad weather sort of starts, sort of October, towards the back end of October, November and December. It'll be too cold, there's not enough light in the days. But if we want to get done by the end, sort of September, it would be 1,000, I think we'd have to save like 1,100 odd pounds between us, which just isn't doable. It wasn't that it wasn't doable. There was a lot of if, buts and maybes as the street cleaner comes on. It was just like we would be relying on a lot of ifs, like if I get overtime in at work, and just other ifs and buts and maybes, and like you are also relying on a lot going right in them sort of, I think it was like 6 months from now, or it was 6 paydays from now. Like we would just be relying on a lot, like nothing in the house to break that we sort of immediately have to replace, nothing you know, our trip to London, we would sort of be going there and being like, oh, like we need to be really careful on what we spend. And I almost just felt that, like, once I'd worked that out, it was like, right, well, it's either that or we wait till next, like this time next year now. So like, and I for us personally, I think it was always going to be better just to get the garden done in stages, because the middle bit is just grass seed that we can do ourselves. I think it was, and the decking, we've got people like Katie's dad and my uncle that can help us with that. It was always going to be a bit easier to just get the bit that we needed the most help with done. And even that, like, we've still got, out of the 3 companies that quoted us prices for the tiles, well, 3, I mean us, like getting them ourselves, and the 2 landscaping companies that came out, we still got the best price for the tiles that we know that we want, by quite a lot as well. I think the company that came out on Monday was still about 600 or 700 pound over, and the original guys were going to charge us like an extra grand for the tiles that we wanted. So I think we were always in the back of our head, like, it's going to just be better if we can get the tiles ourselves. But yeah, anyways, back to sort of the original, like the £8,100 and 50 or whatever it was. And we just sort of thought, it then means we're not going to have anywhere to sit in the summer. And I was a bit like, well, it does mean that we get it all done, but it'll be next year, and it means another year of looking at the garden in an absolute state. It means another year of saving and saving and saving for that to get done next year, and not doing anything else in the house at all. And I think ultimately I just came, well, me and Katie just came to the decision that it was just going to be just too much stress on us, and it wasn't going to be fun. Like, the experience to just get it done just wasn't going to be fun, because we were going to be saving and saving and saving for 8,100. And we, to be honest, were a bit deflated. I think we did expect it to be a lot. I think deep down I was kind of hoping that it would be like 7, like a grand less. I think deep, like, I was a bit like, oh, if it can be 7 and what we've already got saved, it would make it a bit more doable. But to have it sort of a grand more, which is fair enough. The design that they came back with was absolutely beautiful. But originally on the Wednesday night, I think we were honestly just debating doing it. We were very much like, let's just get it done, get it out of the way. And then I think, like I said, we'll not make any decisions, we'll sleep on it a few nights. And then it was literally one sleep. And we were like, oh no, like, where do we go from here? And then funnily enough, like literally just after working that out, Katie got a text from her dad and said that the original guys are going to get back to us with the quote. He'd gave the wrong number to them, and they did. They got back, and they're going to charge us, I think it's 3,100, and that's just for the patio. We can pay for the slabs. Like I say, we've already got the money for the slabs aside, and we can already sort a way out to pay for that, and that's just going to make it a lot easier for us. Oh, sorry, it was just a big bang outside. So I think this weekend we're actually going to go and order the tiles. Well, we will need to. We're going to get back to the guys today and tell them that, yeah, it's on. So that will be getting the patio, the garden. What was that, Katie? Never mind. That'll be getting the patio done, and we're gonna see if it means they're gonna, because they said that we're gonna do a step down. I think I remember telling you guys about it, but they're gonna do like a step down to where the grass and then the decking will be at the back. So they're probably just gonna have to rotivate off, level out the sort of where they'll put the step down to, so there won't be such a slope. It'll be like raised and then hopefully nice and level after the decking. So yeah, we can't wait for that. I would show you the drawing that we got, but I don't think I'm gonna show you the drawing that we got for the, it's pretty, I've showed you very good like sketches and stuff that like Katie did, and it is pretty similar to one of them. So if you go back and watch the old videos of the garden, but yeah, so we're gonna hopefully book that in for like the end of June, which again, like, I think as much as, like I say, the full garden isn't gonna get done, we will just have somewhere to sit. We can always then seed the next bit while we're saving for the timber to get the decking done. And like I say, me uncle did a great job with his and my auntie's decking at their house, and Katie's dad has done a great job with the decking at Katie's mum and dad's house as well. So it's like, to spend all that money when we've got people that can help us sort of measure up and even help us do the decking really is great. And like, I think, you know, it would be pretty cool to sort of maybe try and do a bit of it myself, like obviously under supervision, because I don't know how to do stuff like decking, but like just helping, like it would be pretty cool to do that, like knowing that when I look at my garden I'm like, yeah, I put that bit of wood there or whatever. Like it would be pretty cool just to do that. And I think more than anything, it's just, we just want to have somewhere to sit in the summer. Like it's been like really hit and miss this last week, so like, but the weather last weekend was just unreal, and I got up a bit later one day and Katie got up early and had like a cup on like one of the slabs, and it's just a bit like, oh my god, like. And like I've said before, like there's no rush to get this house done. Like I say, we've got a 25-year mortgage at the end of the day. We're not even 1 year into our house. To rush and get something done, put us under a load of stress and probably make us fall out of love with the process of building your house up, is just like, I just think putting us under that much stress just isn't worth it. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Obviously, keep in mind it is all circumstantial. Me and Katie, I think the big fault that we've had is we should have started, and me and Katie will happily admit this, is we should have started saving for the garden as soon as we sort of moved in, even if it was just putting £100 a month aside at first, and then when it got a bit more serious, putting more into it like we are now. But at the end, like we're gonna get the first bit done, which is the main bit, which will give us somewhere to sit. The garden won't be a massive slope. It will be, there shouldn't be as much like rubble in the turf as well, because that should hopefully all get cleared out. And then yeah, we'll just save for the timber, and get the decking in, and then seed and then get the decking in towards sort of the beginning of next year. I would like to think we can get it done this year. Obviously it all just depends on how much the decking's going to cost. We always have the option of just rotating the full garden after the slab, so it's straight, and then just seeding it all, and then when next year comes, we just get the deck and put it in at the back. So yeah, I'd like to know what you guys think in the comments down below. I definitely think me and Katie have made the right decision personally, so if you disagree, I wouldn't take it to heart, but it's not gonna like sway us to go back the other way, because at the end of the day it is our house. But I just think ultimately, like, doing it in stages will probably just work out better for us anyways. I honestly would have loved to have, like I say, and this is where we probably did go wrong, is we should have maybe been saving a bit earlier, so we would have had more in the savings to get the garden done. I didn't expect, like I say, I'm not naive, and I didn't think it was just going to be like £4 to get the full garden done, or like, and I fully expected even just the slabs bit, because it is a big garden, and there is a lot to do. Like I'd imagine most companies don't just own a rotavator, so they'd have to hire one out, and then you've got the labour and stuff on top. So yeah, we're gonna go with the original guys and just get the paving or whatever it is done. Because I was saying it at work, and I think they were on about something else. I think it's the paving slabs. I think that's the right term for them anyways. But we are going to just get them done. Like I say, any comments that you have to say, get them in the comments down below, messages on Instagram, whatever. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will catch you. Remember to subscribe, like the video if you did enjoy it, and I will catch you tomorrow.